Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings to all my brothers and sisters. I want to share with you guys some of my hardship and how eventually everything is getting better this particular Ramadan. I want to talk about my son. He was born with a gastrointestinal issue, a GI issue. And for the first 2 months postpartum, we had no idea what was going on with my son. He would cry every day. He would wake up in the morning, maybe 6 in the morning, as early as 4:30 in the morning. And we would give him his bottle, and he would be content for 10 minutes, and then he would cry from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And during this whole time of crying, I'm holding him. The only way to get him to stop is for me to dance with him. I used to dance and twirl around for 12 hours straight, 16 hours straight. And he would settle and calm down. As long as I'm moving with him, he was fine. But the moment that I put him down or set him down, the fussing would start again, and people would say, "Oh, just let him cry, he'll get over it." And I tried it, and one time I went all the way to 45 minutes, which was never good. And he was hot, he was fuming, he continued to get more upset. And I prayed about it, and during this time that I was praying, I was under stress. So I went into this bout with alcoholism where I started consuming red wine. And the red wine would help me with the pains that I was dealing with. My back was hurting from holding my son. I was just stressed. I had these black rings under my eyes. I looked stressed, and people noticed it. And I would pray, and I felt like my prayers weren't being answered, maybe because I was consuming the wine. But I stopped, and then I prayed to Allah, and I said, "Allah, please help my son. What's going on?" And I woke up one day a little bit more enlightened, because I would ask the pediatricians, and they would say, "Oh, it's just his personality. He's a fussy baby." And I was just like, something is wrong with my son. And I went to another pediatrician, and the pediatrician said, "Oh, he's just a fussy baby." I was like, "Well, maybe you guys can do some tests on him." And they're like, "Oh, you don't want us to do that. We'll have to poke and prod him, and it's just going to cause him pain." And I'm like, "Well, maybe not." So I went to another pediatrician, and I explained all the things that I was going through as a parent. And she was like, "Well, let me send you to a GI specialist." So I went to a GI specialist, and paying out of pocket, I had a pretty nice penny saved up, but paying out of pocket just bankrupted me. I couldn't make money because I was fully attended to my son. I run a nutrition company and personal training and online training, but I couldn't do any of it because every minute was dedicated to taking care of my son. And we went to see the specialist, and they asked for a sample of his poop, and they conducted a test, and it came back positive for milk protein allergy. Now, milk protein allergy means a kid is sensitive to cow milk protein. So they would try to make an isolate, some formulas do, and try to take the milk protein out of it. But we tried that, and that still didn't work. We tried the soy milk, and we tried the goat's milk, and none of that stuff worked. None of that stuff worked. It just made it worse. So the specialist gave us the special formula and the special medication. And it took about a month, and this medication started to work. He stopped fussing. He still was very fussy, more than any other baby that you could ever encounter. But he was way less fussy. I found myself being able to sleep more. Generally, I only sleep 2 to 3 hours. And you guys probably wonder, where's the mom at? Well, the mom was kind of going through postpartum. So I was allowing her to recover while I took on full responsibility for my son and her. So he started to get better, and during Ramadan, I prayed last Ramadan, and he started to get better. But still, something just wasn't really right with my son. His behavior, how he would respond to things, and how he just would always still fuss. It was better, but it still was an issue. You couldn't take him around anyone. If anybody come over to the house to visit, he would fuss the whole time. He see a stranger, he would fuss the whole time. And it just made it really hard to just get anything done. And I continued to pray about it. And during this Ramadan in particular, I started doing my dua. Allahumma yasaluka biyan. I'm missing something in there. I always have to check my notes to make sure. But you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And I did my forgiveness prayer. Oh Allah, you love to forgive, so forgive me. Allahumma innaka wan tahribu as an ani fafu. I'm messing up. I'm butchering that. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm still learning. But praying it every morning. And I just noticed every morning during this Ramadan, my son has been waking up in a great mood. So this is my son right here now. And generally, he would be fussing. I would be right here in my office trying to get some work done. And he would fuss to the point where my brain couldn't focus on certain things. But he's in his bed now watching a TV show. And I put on a random TV show. He would have to watch certain TV shows. And if that TV show went on a commercial or an ad, he would just fuss. then I would have to change it and keep changing. And every 10 minutes, I'm changing the TV to his liking. But now he's content. He's walking. His fussing is down 90%. Wallahi. And I just feel like since I've been praying sincerely, and Allah knows my heart, because if I wasn't praying sincerely and I'm just trying to get a favor from Allah, then obviously I'm not going to get that blessing. Maybe Allah knows best. But now I can feel myself praying sincerely. And I know Sami Allahu liman hamida, that Allah has been hearing my prayers, because my son is, I'm so happy, I want to cry right now. And it's just amazing. Just the power of prayer, the power of Allah forgiving me for not being all the way on my deen, going astray. I always would come and pray in the morning and at night, but I would not be all the way on my deen. And then being distracted by these Christian content creators, I probably definitely went astray. But now just being back and being in the grace of Allah and being under the light of Allah, I feel so much better. So obviously I'm still going through financial hardships, and I want you guys to put me in your prayers, put me in your du'as. Pray for me, pray for my son, pray that my son continues to get better, because he's doing really well right now. Pray for my wife, and just, pray for your brother and I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful Ramadan. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings to everyone around the world. I'm out.